And of course, Team USA basketball, they got to stir up some drama. They got to stir up some drama with Paige Bueckers hitting a shot on Caitlin Clark. They got to stir up some drama, and of course, just setting both of them up to get cooked in the comments. It is what it is.
Team USA basketball recently released practice footage, and social media instantly went into chaos. Paige Bueckers knocked down a shot over Caitlin Clark during a drill, and judging by the reaction, you'd think a championship had just been decided. USA basketball knew exactly what they were doing by posting that clip, intentionally fueling tension between two fan bases that already dislike each other. After waiting 5 months to finally see Caitlin play real, competitive basketball, this is what fans were given. And people completely lost their minds.
We're not going to act like CC wasn't getting PB to turn over that ball last time like they played 3 times. The last time they played like 3 times. Yeah. Paige Bueckers thought Caitlin Clark was on her team. She turned the ball over so much. I hope y'all are monitoring the negative, nasty comments from those.
Here's what I'm wondering. Why does a single practice shot in a drill cause this level of outrage? Share your thoughts in the comments and tell me what this reveals about basketball fans today. So, Team USA basketball shared practice footage from their training camp in North Carolina, and one specific clip instantly sent the internet into full meltdown mode. Paige Bueckers knocked down a shot over Caitlin Clark during what looked like a routine defensive drill, and the reactions came immediately and were completely out of control. Let's be completely clear about what truly took place here. This was a practice drill, not a one-on-one matchup, not a scrimmage with anything at stake. It was a routine defensive exercise where players focus on specific skills and game situations. Paige got a shot up and made it. Caitlin was defending. That's all that happened. That's the entire situation. However, USA basketball knew exactly what they were doing by sharing that particular clip. They had countless moments they could have posted from practice. Caitlin hitting deep threes, Cameron Brink swatting shots, or any other skilled player making a highlight play. Instead, they selected the clip of Paige scoring on Caitlin, fully aware it would drive engagement. Mission accomplished because the comment section instantly turned into a battlefield. Caitlin Clark fans immediately jumped in to defend her, stressing that it was only a single possession during practice and noting that Caitlin had just returned after spending 5 months recovering from an injury. They also argued that practice drills don't really matter in the first place. On the other side, Paige Bueckers fans reacted as if she had just earned Finals MVP, treating that one shot as proof of something major about who is superior. What both fan bases seem unwilling to accept is that elite players score on each other constantly. That's simply what happens when great offensive players face great defenders. Sometimes the scorer wins, and other times the defense does. One possession in a practice drill tells you absolutely nothing about who the better player actually is. But nuance doesn't drive engagement on social media. Extreme takes and fan tribalism do. So instead, we saw comments like, "Paige is just happy to finally win something," which is unnecessarily cruel considering Paige has battled serious injuries throughout her college career that kept her from competing for championships. We also saw remarks such as, "Paige thought Caitlin was on her team because she turned the ball over so much," referencing their college matchups where Caitlin's Iowa squads defeated Paige's UConn teams multiple times. The level of pettiness was off the charts, and USA basketball absolutely knew that would happen when they shared that clip. They aren't clueless. They understand the fan bases, the rivalries, and the attention that comes from even the suggestion of drama between Caitlin and other elite players. What gets buried beneath all this manufactured controversy is what truly matters. Both Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers are exceptionally talented basketball players who are there to help Team USA get ready for international competition. They are not rivals or enemies. They are teammates working toward the same objective. Turning every single interaction between them into some sort of final judgment about who is better is exhausting. The practice footage actually showed Caitlin looking strong after spending 5 months away from competitive basketball. She moved smoothly, shot with confidence, and played defense with noticeable energy and focus. For a player who missed most of the WNBA season due to knee injuries, she appeared surprisingly prepared to compete at a high level. One analyst even pointed out how impressive it was that Caitlin remained actively engaged with a fever throughout the season despite being injured and unable to play. That psychological challenge of being forced to sit out while desperately wanting to compete is incredibly tough, especially after jumping directly from an unforgettable college season into the WNBA without any real rest, only to suddenly end up on the sidelines. The fact that she stayed visibly involved with her team, cheering from the bench, remaining supportive, and staying mentally locked in speaks volumes about her maturity and professionalism. The practice footage also repeatedly showed Caitlin in a defensive position, actively putting an effort on that side of the court. The storyline that she is a defensive weakness has followed her for much of her career, and often unfairly. She is not an elite lockdown defender, but she is far from the liability that some critics try to portray her as. The fact that she is visibly putting work into her defense during Team USA practices shows she knows that area can improve and wants to prove she can stand her ground. Paige Bueckers being part of this camp matters as well. She is coming off her own injury battles and is working to re-establish herself as one of the elite talents in women's basketball. The hype surrounding Paige when she first arrived at UConn was enormous. She was viewed as the next generational college star, the future face of women's basketball. Then injuries disrupted her momentum, and by the time she returned to full health, Caitlin Clark had already taken over as the dominant force in college basketball. That is not Paige's fault at all. Injuries are part of the game. But it naturally creates a situation where Paige is trying to reclaim some of the attention that shifted toward Caitlin. One shot during practice doesn't accomplish much, but it gives Paige's fans a moment to celebrate and fuels the rivalry narrative that USA basketball clearly aims to promote for engagement. Comments noting that people were going to overreact were completely accurate. Within minutes of the clip being shared, the conversation descended into fan-based tribal warfare. Rational discussion about basketball disappeared, replaced by defending your favorite player and attacking the other. One comment stated that as a Paige fan, anyone hyping her beating Caitlin in this clip doesn't really understand basketball and is just being ridiculous. That is a sensible perspective. Practice footage of a single possession proves nothing. Both players have scored over each other on offense throughout their careers. That's simply what elite offensive talent does. They score even against strong defenders. The note about Paige loving a good pump fake is correct. It's an integral part of her game. She's crafty, skilled, and knows how to create space to get her shot off. Caitlin has her own set of offensive weapons: the step-back three, the pull-up from ridiculous distance, and the ability to shoot off the dribble from 30 feet. Both are exceptionally skilled scorers capable of producing points in multiple ways. What makes this situation frustrating is that we finally got to see Caitlin playing real, competitive basketball after 5 months of waiting, not just shooting on an empty rack, and not simply working out alone. Actually competing against defenders, making reads, and participating in drills that mimic real game scenarios. That's what the story should be. Caitlin is back and looks ready to perform. Instead, the focus shifted to a single practice shot that Paige Bueckers made over her and the ensuing fan arguments in the comments. USA basketball achieved the engagement they wanted, but at the expense of turning what should have been a celebration of skilled players working together into manufactured drama. The footage highlighted other players as well: Cameron Brink, Kelsey Plum, Angel Reese, Chelsea Gray moving carefully as she recovers from injury, and Guji Watkins observing from the sidelines. There is genuine talent and compelling storylines throughout the camp, but none of it draws the same engagement as Caitlin versus Paige, so that's what gets amplified. Someone asked why Sabrina Ionescu wasn't part of this camp, which is a reasonable question. Sabrina is one of the top players in the WNBA and has previously represented Team USA. The likely reason is that USA Basketball is focusing on younger talent in this particular camp, bringing in the next generation of players who will represent the country in future competitions. That's why you see Caitlin, Paige, Cameron Brink, and Paige Bueckers, players expected to carry Team USA for the next decade. The comment about Paige being thrilled to finally win something was unnecessarily harsh, but it highlights the toxicity that exists in these fan-driven debates. Paige has faced serious injuries that kept her from accomplishing everything she could have in college. That's not something to ridicule. It's genuinely unfortunate that such a talented player lost so much time to setbacks. Yet online discussions rarely reward empathy or perspective. They favor hot takes and tribal loyalty. As a result, we see people criticizing Paige for one strong moment in practice or attacking Caitlin for being scored on during a drill. No one truly wins except the social media platforms that profit from engagement. Watching Caitlin hit her signature step-back 3 after 5 months without competitive play was incredibly satisfying. That shot is what makes her special: the range, the quick release, and the confidence to pull from anywhere beyond half-court. USA Basketball recognized that it's her signature move, which shows they appreciate what makes Caitlin unique. Seeing Caitlin and Aaliyah Boston together at camp makes sense because of their Indiana Fever connection. Their existing chemistry translates well to Team USA. Having familiar teammates makes adapting to a new environment much smoother. The original commentary's mention of Nike is worth noting. Nike will need signature gear ready for Caitlin representing Team USA. The number 17 jersey is guaranteed to sell. The demand is undeniable. Nike already missed opportunities to fully capitalize on Caitlin's popularity during the WNBA season, and they cannot afford to let another chance slip by while she represents her country. The fact that college players like Paige Bueckers and Lauren Betts are at this camp observing and learning is very smart. They are gaining exposure to the level of play and competition required to potentially make future Team USA rosters. Paige, in particular, could become a cornerstone of Team USA for years to come. Yet all of that context and nuance gets lost amid fan-driven arguments over a single shot in practice. That's the current state of women's basketball discourse. The sport is growing, more attention is coming in, but discussions often focus on tribal rivalries instead of truly appreciating the game. The reality is that Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers are both exceptionally talented players who elevate each other by competing against one another. Their rivalry, if it even truly exists, pushes both of them to higher levels. The best players seek out competition against other elite athletes because that's how improvement happens. But that narrative doesn't drive social media engagement. So, USA Basketball shares the clip of Paige scoring over Caitlin. Fans erupt in the comments, and we end up debating a single practice possession instead of celebrating that we finally got to see Caitlin competing in real basketball again after 5 months. The original commentary was correct. This is all we have for now until actual games begin. Practice footage and drills. It's not ideal, but it's something. And after months of waiting to see Caitlin compete, even practice footage is exciting for fans who simply want to watch her play. USA Basketball shared a single clip of Paige Bueckers scoring over Caitlin Clark during practice, and the internet instantly treated it like a full-blown battle. One shot in a drill became evidence of superiority, depending on which fan base you ask. If you're tired of manufactured drama and just want to enjoy high-level basketball, hit that like button and subscribe. Turning every interaction between elite players into fan wars is exhausting, and someone has to say it.